Hello guys, and welcome back to another requested tutorial. Today's video is about the DJI Pocket 3. I'll show you how to shoot footage specifically for speed ramp edits and which settings to use to get the smoothest results. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder that you can grab the 16mm film shakes. I made them specifically so you don't have to waste time keyframing the same movements over and over. AM film shakes are perfect for speed ramp edits, cinematic edits, and more. The link is in the description if you need them. Let's swipe down and click the rotation speed icon, or the little walking person icon. Make sure it's set to slow for smoother footage. The slower the gimbal moves, the smoother and more controlled your camera movements will be. If you're planning to shoot fast or more extreme movements and need a quicker gimbal response, you can set it to default or fast. Next, open gimbal modes and set it to tilt locked. This keeps the camera's tilt fixed while still allowing you to move the camera left and right. In other words, the camera won't accidentally tilt up or down while you're walking or orbiting around your subject. This makes it much easier to keep your subject framed consistently, which is especially useful when shooting footage for speed ramps. The next essential setting is the grid. Without it, it's much harder to keep your subject perfectly centered because you don't have a clear reference point on the screen. Open the settings, scroll all the way down to reference line, and enable the grid. The gimbal settings are done, so now let me show you the image quality settings I use. Swipe from right to left and make sure Pro mode is enabled. Then click on exposure. I use auto exposure because the Pocket 3 handles it really well. The only setting I change here is EV, which I lower to -0.3. EV controls the overall brightness of the image. By lowering it slightly, we're making the image a little darker, which helps prevent bright areas like lights or the sky from becoming too overexposed. For ISO, I usually keep it between 50 and a maximum of 400. I don't want the ISO to go too high in darker areas because higher ISO can introduce more grain and noise into the footage. In most cases, I shoot during the daytime or in darker locations where there is still enough artificial light. For white balance, I keep it on auto because I find it very accurate, and the Pocket 3 handles it really well. This also saves me time because I don't have to constantly change the temperature from cool to warm every time I move to a different location. For color, I use D-Log-M, which is a flat color profile that keeps more detail in the highlights and shadows. The footage looks more washed out when you record it, but that's actually useful because it gives you more flexibility when color grading later. For focus mode, I always use continuous focus. This allows the camera to continuously adjust focus while I'm moving, which helps keep the subject sharp throughout the shot. So that's it for my settings. Now we can move on to the shooting process and I'll show you how to capture smooth footage for speed ramp edits and make the whole process much easier. I'll be using this wooden train as an example, but these techniques work the same way when you're shooting cars or any other subject. The main thing you should always remember is to keep your subject centered on the screen. That's exactly why we enabled the grid lines earlier. So using the grid as a guide, I'll keep the train's back part centered on the screen and start recording. To make the shooting process more accurate and easier to stabilize later in editing, we can use Active Track on the Pocket 3. So what does it do? Let me focus on the object here. To enable Active Track, simply double tap the screen, and the Pocket 3 will start tracking that object. Now no matter how or where I move the camera, the gimbal will keep the camera focused on that specific object until I turn Active Track off. It also helps prevent accidental camera movements, which makes the footage much easier to work with later. With Active Track enabled, we can also create orbital shots like this. We can also make tilt shots from top to bottom, and the camera will continue keeping the locked object in focus. I personally use Active Track whenever I shoot footage for speed ramp edits because it helps me keep the subject consistent in the frame. This also makes it much easier to stabilize and track the footage later in After Effects. Another useful feature is Spin Shot. To enable it, click the Spin Shot icon and switch to Spin Shot mode. Then choose whether you want a 90-degree or 180-degree rotation, depending on the shot you want. Before recording, I'll make sure the subject is centered on the screen. Once everything is ready, start recording and tap the spin icon to the left or right. The Pocket 3 will automatically rotate the camera for you. So that's it for the DJI Pocket 3. It's really easy to shoot smooth and stable videos with this little camera. Active track is especially useful if you're shooting for speed ramp edits, but it's also great for cinematic shots when you need the camera to stay locked onto your subject. I really love this little thing and how well it performs. Many of you also asked whether the Pocket 3 or Pocket 4 is worth buying, and honestly, my answer is a huge yes. The Pocket 3 is a little pocket-sized beast with amazing image quality, and for its size, it can do a lot. Hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like.